Hey you guys, so right off the bat I want to start off with how I do my readings and I overall work with the energy. All right, current placements of the moon, current placements of where the sun is, the hour in which I'm doing the reading. It just gives me an overall feeling of what the reading is going to be about. All right, so today is Sunday, which is Sun's Day. Last quarter moon in Leo. All right, we are in Scorpio season. There is some sort of tension there because of the square, all right, between the two signs, which are both fixed signs. And then I'm doing this reading at the hour of the sun. Okay, so I'm utilizing the energy of the Oracle of the Radiant Sun here. I'm just gonna pull a few cards, see what comes out. I'll read the energy. I'll roll the astro dice to see who it may be pertaining to, or it could be, your sun, your moon, your rising, or any placement in which that sign is in your chart. All right. So let's get started here. All right. So Mars and Aquarius with the Rebellion card. I have the moon in Scorpio. And then I have Mars in Libra. Right down at the bottom of the deck is Mars in Sagittarius. So heavy on the Mars energy right now. Interesting. The Mars energy is the hour in which was right before the energy of the sun. So it's kind of like leaning over to the sun's energy here. Let me read these ones out. So Mars in Aquarius. Well, let's just put them in order. All right, I have the, oh, that's weird too. I have the 7th house, the 9th house, the 11th house, and then the moon in Scorpio. All right, so Mars in the 7th, 9th, and the 11th, all odd numbers. So something odd about the energy here with Scorpio. It's given a very powerful energy as well. I have domination, rebellion, and power. All right. So let's go Mars in Libra. This is all about a choice here. It says there are two women, all right? One blindfolded is justice and holds the scales. The other watches the swing of the balance. The rose weighs the beauty of the flower against the sharpness of the thorns. The leg symbol suggests difficulty in movement. All right. So a difficult choice being made here in order to move forward is kind of what I'm getting. All right, Libra is the opposite sign to Aries, the natural sign of Mars. And so this planet sign combination always brings with it strong mood swings. People with this aspect focus a great deal of energy into cooperative and partnership work. They appreciate the company of energetic people and throw themselves into group projects with enthusiasm. They play the roles and expect the same from others. The competitive nature of Mars combined with the diplomatic qualities of Libra means that the people this card describes probably enjoy a good argument to release pressure. Though they like partnerships, Mars Librans do, however, unconsciously see themselves as the boss on a competitive level. They tend to, in fact, pick themselves as sparring partners as long as their chosen ones know the rules of the game as well. But if they do not, the ride may be a stormy one. As with all matters of balance, once the scales are tipped, they will undoubtedly be a great deal of swinging back and forth in every activity these personality types embark on. Many Mars Libra actions are taken on impulse, where they concern others, and people with this planet sign aspect must be prepared to make a few grand mistakes. Tact and diplomacy may come into a little harder with the red planet in the sign, but are more likely to succeed in the end. All right, so there's a choice here. Someone may be feeling a little held back right now, not knowing which direction to go. All right, this could definitely mean the energy right now is stuck. All right, but Mars wanting to take action, there's definitely a decision that needs to be made, which is coming up as a choice that needs to be made. All right, so this event can speak of a deliberate change of direction, a business merger, choosing between two partners, or diverse business options. All right, so now we have Mars and Sag, which is gonna it's the domination card. All right, so this card here says, two naked young men wrestle in a field outside a solid looking house. One has forced the other into a yielding position to the point of defeat. Above are three symbols of the great religious descendant from the prophet Abraham. Okay. It says Mars Sagittarians devote a great deal of energy to crusading and the conversion of others to their beliefs. Staunch defenders of the truth, they can be a little blunt in putting their case to others. Because of the excessive power in the planet sign combination, some sporting or adventurous activity benefits people with this aspect at every stage of life. Foreign travel could be a satisfactory outlet for pioneering energies, and it will be surprising if Mars Sagittarians did not spend some time abroad or with people from another country. Active participation in some religious or philosophical cause is indicated by this card. Negatively, this can manifest as a narrow and limited view of life into which the Mars Sagittarian tries to shoehorn everyone, not a winning strategy in the popularity stakes. It says as long as Mars Sagittarians do not get too dogmatic and can maintain an it takes all sorts attitude, all is well. With Mars and Sagittarius, the competitive instinct is irrepressible, and the need to come out on top in any situation can become excessive. When this card is chosen in a reading, it could mean, depending on the question asked, that either the question is being pressured by someone or is applying too much pressure to someone else. The domination card indicates a need to stand back and detach oneself in order to see the truth of a situation. So the events could be an argument over ideals, persuading others by bullying, the start of an expedition, reckless optimism with regard to a long-term project, and competitive sports. Right? And then we have Mars in Aquarius, speaking about rebellion. All right, so again, I just said there's something very odd about the situation. It's giving me someone being forced to make a choice. All right, someone being pressured to make a choice. And Aries could be very significant here because, again, Aries is ruled by Mars, and it came out 3 times. All right, so this card here, it speaks about rebellion. All right, a walled fortress town sits solid and secure beneath dark and brooding clouds. Above, a young warrior challenges with his sword 2 giant bearded nobles, symbolizing tradition and established authority. All right, so these could be people in authority. All right, it says freedom of action is of utmost importance to Mars Aquarians. Rarely following old methods blindly, people with this planet sign combination do things their way, which is probably in a quite innovative and unorthodox style. Mars Aquarians happily expend their energies on the new, novel, and scientific, and have a natural talent with gadgets which could develop into genuine inventive talent. However it goes, Mars Aquarians will invent something. The company of friends is of enormous importance to people with this aspect, and they are more likely to be strong, energetic, and male, willing supporters too. People described by this card are probably not quite or quiet when it comes to showing their discontent with outmoded or unfair social attitudes, and it is hard to find Mars Aquarians who do not have a good humanitarian cause to battle for. The Mars Aquarian oddball outlook on life makes it easy for them to examine anything established or traditional to see whether rules and regulations are still valuable. They are rarely afraid to express views that are not the norm and show great courage in following their beliefs against all odds in order to overturn a situation which they believe is unfair or illogical. Receiving this card in a reading indicates a need for lateral approach to the question. Turn the current thinking on its head and approach it from a different angle. A drastic change of thought is needed. The events could lead to leading a protest, expressing discontent with authority, the courage to be different, and anger over indifference. All right, so it seems here that it's given like someone coming in with heavy authority, forcing someone to make a choice here. And there's another one coming in being very rebellious. All right, so this could be two different energies, because as I see masculine energy coming out with Mars, it's now giving me the energy of the moon in Scorpio here. All right, so let's go into the moon in Scorpio. Let's see what that's all about. So this one here, it's giving me like more of a feminine energy. Scorpio is one of the zodiac signs that represents feminine. Okay. It says, above a strange gateway indicates feminine power, and behind, black hills represent challenge and ambition. The sun and the moon unite. Below, a woman lies dreaming. All right, so this one speaks about moon Scorpios. People have very strong feelings and form lasting emotional attachments. Intensely loyal, they are, however, susceptible to brooding jealousy and strong emotional outbursts. The moon is traditionally in its fall in Scorpio, and so it's not a sign in which emotions are freely expressed. Often, an immense conversation or of emotional energy is released in an intense and extreme manner. People with this combination can hold a grudge longer than most, but find no sacrifice too great for a loved one. Moon Scorpios can be at times overwhelmed by intense emotional reactions and an almost psychic sensitivity to others. These qualities are helpful in developing an aptitude for healing and counseling. Certainly, with all these emotional energy, Moon Scorpios find some kind of work helping the less fortunate fulfilling. Family matters are rarely smooth for people with this aspect, often involving seemingly causeless separation. Moon Scorpios are potentially very sensual, and when overindulged, this can lead to problems with the extreme emotional power that this combination engenders. The old adage that Scorpios make the most powerful friends and most destructive enemies becomes a reality. When this card is drawn, it usually involves emotional fireworks, passion or hate, enthusiasm or indifference. There is rarely a middle ground here. Often this card indicates an inheritance that could radically change life. So the events here could be powerful emotional situations, a secret suddenly revealed, psychological problems, an inheritance, or love turning to hate, or vice versa. Alright, so the following card down at the bottom of the deck was Jupiter in Scorpio. Alright, let's look at that. Alright, so this one speaks about manipulation, and that's what it was kind of giving here. It's like manipulation, forcing someone to make a choice, being very dominant, and then another one being very rebellious over some sort of power struggle here. All right, so Jupiter in Scorpio. All right, it says a powerful and magnetic priest or shaman stares penetratingly at the viewer. Above is an 8-pointed star representing the 8th house Scorpio, and on the headdress, 3 6-pointed stars represents wisdom and enlightenment. Alright. This one here says Jupiter Scorpios expand and develop their lives through deep and passionate interest in psychology and mysticism, by which they explore the hidden secrets of life. The Jupiter Scorpios' passion for life's deeper subjects could develop into a strong interest in such things as life after death, reincarnation, or spiritualism. Legal work or business may attract them, and they could gain from other people's finances, either through assistance or speculation. The ability to see and help develop other people's talents gives the Jupiter Scorpio personality good possibilities in counseling or some kind of management work. People with this planet sign aspect have the ability to discover other people's secrets, whether for altruistic or selfish reasons, and their magnetic and penetrating powers can be used almost hypnotically to achieve their objectives. Positively, Jupiter Scorpios could find themselves with the responsibility for helping others with their deepest problems, and this planet sign combination can produce the devoted entrepreneur who supports and encourages prodigies with unfailing work. On the other hand, these are people who can persuade and seduce with their enormous charisma, leading others into whatever they desire. In a reading, this card may warn that one is following a false or manipulative person. Scorpio's natural rulership of the 8th house shows a benefit from an inheritance or heirloom. Alright, so it says a difficult legal problem, persuasive propaganda for a person or a project, detective work to prize out someone's secrets. Alright, so it's kind of giving overall, there's a choice that needs to be made here. Alright, Someone's taking action here to dominate, all right, someone else's belief systems, all right, and there's another person that's coming in and being a bit rebellious, all right. Whatever this energy is has a lot to do with the 8th house. All right, so this is something very odd. Again, I'm seeing 7, 9, and 11, and then double on the 8. So I'm seeing 88 with 8th house twice. Let's see overall what this means here. All right, so 88 is giving welcome riches. It says state your intention. Infinite abundance is available to you, and your angels are signaling for you to remember this. They want you to elevate your vibration as well as your expectations for what you can receive. Write down an intention you have for the future, state it out loud under the stars during the next moon. So right now is not a good time for you to get started with a specific project. Obviously, if it's something that you've already started, things are kind of settling down. You're asked to surrender to the divine at this time. Let things kind of sizzle down before you start your new intention for the new moon. Being that this last quarter moon is in Leo, it has a lot to do with creative projects, okay? So anything that you see could be very it's kind of given like a hobby type of thing, all right? Just surrendering and allowing things to come through. Whatever it is that you've set your intention on, it's heavy on the Aquarius energy here, as I'm seeing the idealism card at the bottom of the deck here. All right, it's giving me I'll just read that card out. I'll read the events, that way I don't have to read fully all the way through. So the Sun in Aquarius, all right, it is giving eccentric behavior, an original idea or an invention, involvement in an attention-seeking act. All right, it says sudden upsets, lateral thinking, an influential acquaintance, giving a helping hand. All right, so again, if you're doing some sort of spiritual work here with Sagittarius energy coming out, just be careful on how you force your ideals onto other people. All right, because it can come off to other people as being very manipulative over the power that you have over others. Okay, kind of what it's giving there. All right, so I'm going to pull from Kipper here. I do want to roll the Astro Dice really quickly. Let's see what comes out. All right, so it's giving Aquarius in the 2nd house and then the North Node. All right, so Aquarius in the 2nd house is going to be a Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorn. Capricorn energy is Saturn's energy, which also rules over the energy of Aquarius. All right, so the 2nd house speaks about, you know, your money, your finances, your resources. It speaks about your self-esteem. It's ruled over by Venus. All right, so Aquarius's energy in the 2nd house, you could definitely be starting some sort of creative project in which is very inventive, very eccentric. You know, it's something that you do independently, but Aquarius is that sometimes can be very rebellious. All right, so whatever it is that you're doing here, you're heading towards the North Node, which is part of your destiny. Let's see what comes out. Here it is. So mature woman is here. I feel you're going through a sense of maturity, and that's Saturn's energy and what it's meant to bring in. It is a planet of structure, discipline. It shows you the energy of responsibility. Now, this can be within your spiritual journey here. Okay. Let's see. What else needs to come out here? So change is required. I'm seeing the numbers 6 and 9. All right. So the 6th house represents hard work, being of service to others. It speaks about the energy of Virgo being very analytical, right? It speaks about being very organized with your thoughts, all right? It also is giving me here the energy of the Hermit card, in which you are meant to tune in to basically have like an epiphany of your soul's journey, okay? And then courtship is here. All right, so mature woman is giving me an energy of maturity, the energy of change with the energy of the Hermit. And then courtship is giving me, number 4 is the Emperor card. It's a sense of authority here when it comes to you coming together with others. Now, coming together with others, meaning others that have the same belief system as you, all right? Could be very idealistic towards others. You may be very intelligent, you know what you're saying here, but you cannot force your ideals onto other people. Okay, let's see. also courthouses here. All right, and I feel that that's why this is happening. All right. You could be dealing with a choice that needs to be made or some sort of legal issue here, especially with Mars coming out in Libra at the very beginning. So again, Mars is the opposing sign. It's ruled by Aries, and then the opposing sign from Aries is Libra. All right, so this is being very forceful, all right, very powerful, being very assertive in a way that's causing some sort of manipulation, and it's looked at as dominating over others. All right. Let's see here. Want to pull from a Seed and Sickle deck. Something very odd here, though. I'm telling you, it's very odd. Alright, Spirit, what is the situation with all of the Mars energy? So it's giving Capricorn's energy, the number 48. It says a promise and calling in favors. Alright. Why would this person need to call in favors? You're seeking potential for something new. That's what it is. I have the Seed card here with spring energy, and it's giving Aries energy. Alright. Whatever this is requires lots of patience, lots of containment, and lots of protection over what it is that you're doing here. So you don't want to force, again, yourself on others, especially when it comes to belief systems. Alright. Now, what's the energy over here with the feminine power and manipulation? There's a closure here. I have Winter's energy with Capricorn. Alright. There's a delayed completion to some sort of ending. Alright. There's a setback here for some reason. It seems like what is inspiring to you may be leading you to have to thrive in adversity with others. Alright. So there is definitely a setback here and some sort of closure with what it is that you're doing. Whatever it is that you're doing here with Mars's energy, you have to choose the right time in order to do this. Alright. So here I have the energy of the hops. This is all about you learning how to release tension and anxiety, and learning how to like press ahead with situations pertaining to whatever it is that you're thriving on here. Okay. Let's get some astral cards out. So I'm seeing Mars's energy, the moon, Jupiter, Mercury. Alright, so Mercury has a lot to do with communication. It could be the way that you speak to people. Alright. Jupiter has a lot to do with like spirituality, alright, higher knowledge. The moon's energy obviously is your emotions, your feelings towards things. And then we have Mars's energy here, which is asking you to take action. Alright. So this is part of a journey here, progressions. Alright, it speaks about the journey that you're on at this time. And then we also have, let's see here, Pallas Athena with Think. I'm telling you, there's something that you're studying here. It's kind of overall giving something creative, right? The Pallas Athena has a lot to do with wisdom that you have here. And I feel that if you are trying to express your wisdom out to people, try to do it in a very balanced way and not a dominating way. Okay? Yeah. So trine and sextile, symbiosis, this is the energy of something that is bringing in good luck and fortune towards you, something that's auspicious, but then it requires your action as well. Okay? So just be careful in the way that you push forward with this energy here. All right, and let's do one more just to top it off. One more. Yeah, the moon. It's all about your perception here. It's given the energy of utilizing your emotions, your intuition, your psychic abilities, your maternal instincts here on how to move forward, whatever this energy is that you're doing here. All right, you are for sure maturing here. I'm seeing Saturn's energy as well, again, being the ruler of Aquarius as well as Capricorn. All right, I'm seeing change happening. Courtship could definitely be, you know, dealing with relationships as well, partnerships and things like that. And then courthouse has a lot to do with trying to bring balance and fairness into the situation. All right, so solar flares is here. It speaks about something being activated. Definitely depending on where the energy is at this time, being that we have the moon in Leo. It is Sun's day, right? I'm doing this reading at the hour of the sun. Something is definitely having some sort of activation to the energy. All right, so let's see here. Let's pull a Moonology card. It's overall giving like you thriving through adversity is what it is. Right? It's definitely just given. It's given like a powerful energy to the reading, right? By what you know. So yeah, it's a fixed moon cycle that we're in right now with Leo. It's definitely squaring over to Taurus and Scorpio the most, and in opposition to Aquarius at this time. All right, so in my last reading that I did for the last quarter moon in Leo, I gave an example utilizing this here. Let me just get Leo at the top. All right, so Leo's energy is here. This is where the moon is. It's opposing over to Aquarius, and then it's squaring over to Scorpio as well as to Taurus. All right, so these energies this way is called a square, and it's tension that's created in the air. All right, but if you notice that Leo is opposing the sign of Aquarius, which is very eccentric, it's very independent, it's very innovative. It's saying utilize the energy of your mind. All right, think. Aquarius is an air sign. All right, and where the moon sits, it's basically, this is part of the journey, is the way for you to progress in the energy of self as well. All right, so hold your vision in whatever it is that you have set your intentions on, okay, with this fixed moon cycle. It's kind of overall giving tension, but continuing to stay determined, okay. Now, what are the messages from the mermaids? Let's see here. Yeah, definitely Mars's energy. Mars is in its domicile energy right now in Scorpio. All right, so that makes perfect sense with Scorpio coming out twice. Although the moon is not in Scorpio, all right, the square from the moon in Leo squaring over to you know, energy of Scorpio where the sun is, it's given the energy of like tension, right? This dominating, rebellious, manipulative energy. But it's all about needing to make a choice, all right? Utilizing the energy of your intellect and staying focused on the project, right? Your progression, the journey that you're on, right? Whatever it is, it's bringing in the energy of contentment. Joy and contentment is the energy of the sun, right? It's Leo's energy. It speaks about happiness and overall being in a state of joy, right? Of peace. Okay. Let's see. I have moved forward. Now there's only two masculine cards in this deck. It's the other one speaks about gentleness. Moving forward is giving the energy of Mars. Okay. So whatever it is that the energy of the sun is bringing in for you today in Scorpio and the moon in Leo, it's saying, although it may be tension, utilize the energy of what brings in contentment, joy and contentment into your life, and push forward with that. All right, move forward with that. All right. And then we also have hope here. This is Aquarius's energy. All right, it gives me the energy of the star card. Have hope, faith in your dreams, your desires. All right. Whatever it is that you wish upon, it's very possible at this time. All right, it just requires lots of focus as well, which is Saturn's energy. Saturn is definitely ambitious. All right, speaks about drive. All right, And then we have turn away. So it's giving me turn away from energies that no longer serve you. All right. Whatever is not allowing you to thrive. All right. That's what you need to turn away from. All right. And utilize the energy of your feelings, your intuition, to be able to guide you. All right. So that's what I have for today. For it's giving me Capricorn overall, but I'm seeing heavy on the fixed energies. All right. So I'm just gonna leave this reading for the fixed signs. All right. So that's gonna be Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. All right. Love you guys. Speak to you later.